I think the worst part about moving, because we did this like a year and a half ago at this point.
Like a year and a half, yeah. We just re-signed the lease for this place.
Is like all the small shit that you have to kind of get to make the move easier, or to just protect your shit. Like, you don't realize how expensive boxes are. Like, I went to Hot Topic and I got their boxes, and then I needed more boxes. We ended up with like 30 boxes, I think, of just shit.
Easier, more than 30.
I mean, some of it could have been packed more efficiently, but it's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You're in a rush, and so you just kind of start throwing shit in boxes.
And if you want to keep things split up in a room or not. Or...
Yeah, like what's going where. Something that I had not considered is that we drove Casey's truck here from New Hampshire, and we have to get a U-Haul, which means I have to drive the truck from the U-Haul place back to the house. I have not driven not just his truck, but a truck before. This is gonna be an experience. All right. Oh, buddy. Oh. So swinging out wide, going around, a little bit of gas. Feel kind of tall and powerful. Maybe I like driving trucks. Maybe I see why the girls do it. All right. It feels so empty in here. It's gonna get even emptier. Keys obtained. Yes. So now we get to actually start moving the stuff. We already got the majority of the home gym moved. Or not moved, but like in the U-Haul. It's gonna be our first big thing for today. And then boxes. I think if we just get the gym and the boxes out, we'll be set to be done Saturday night, which will be great. You gotta make sure you grab toilet paper when you're moving somewhere so you have it available. It's the first thing I'm doing when I get to this house. I'm pissing. Round 2 has already happened. Woo! We got a lot of boxes out of here. We had boxes out of here that got taken out, which this used to be full of shit, but it feels good. We're gonna go, we have some delicates loaded up in the truck out there, and we'll take those. I don't know, I'd say we're like 75% of the way done. We got a lot done yesterday. And my friend Harmony and her husband Bobby came over and helped. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing, huh? Yeah. Are you trying to understand what's happening? See, I know it's hard for you, huh? Puppies don't understand moves. But you're so cute. Oh, I love the is. We are tired. But we're gonna do everything we can to get out of here today so we can get back tonight to New Hampshire so we can get back to work. Where'd the little cat go? Bale. Bale. There he is. Yeah, he's having a great time exploring everything. He doesn't understand what's happening. Oh, and Delilah is on the cat wheel. She loves this thing. Let's go say hi to her. Hi. If she sees somebody is like by it that might give her love, she starts really going for it. Hi, baby girl. So cute. Yeah. There's a lot happening. We'll figure it out. It's in our crew, all here. Everybody say hello to the vlogging camera.
Oh my God, Haley.
Hello, subscribers.
Yeah, as Andrew says, like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that like button.
That might be like trademark or something.
I don't think it is. It's done. Everything is moved. So I guess the big thing that I want to show you guys is the craft room, because it's kind of, actually, where the fuck are the cats? Hello? Cats are here somewhere. Let's see if we can locate them together. Oh, I saw one. Where'd you go, Delilah? Here she is. Hi. Where's Bale? Oh, there's so much stuff for them to get. There he is. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break. We got a lot of help from friends. So big, huge shout out to everybody that came to help. And we moved the entire apartment in, I think it came out to like less than 30 hours. We got keys yesterday at 10 and it's now 1:40. Let me show you craft room reveal. Oh my goodness. Half of the stuff actually doesn't even like belong in here. but the craft room kind of became a catch-all. I'm really excited for this situation right here with the shelves here. I think this is gonna be sick. I might see if I can get a third shelf because I've needed more storage for a while, but I think really we will see. I think that this table would fit really nicely over here. So we might just save the space for that. I think the sewing table is going to end up in this corner. Maybe over there, depending. We'll see. But I think this corner will be the best. I always try to set up my sewing station so that I have a window in front of me. I find it just makes me feel more productive. So like sewing table there, and then the iron can be right next to it, and I'll still have space for the mannequin. This room is a little bit larger than my last craft room, and the closet space is also a little bit larger. So I think next time that you guys will see me, we will be actually unpacking everything and trying to organize this, which will happen in April. Today's the day. I'm finally done working here and I am so excited to go back home, dude. I'm so freaking hype. I've had a Monster, which I don't usually have an energy drink. I've been trying to stick to coffee unless I've like had a really bad day, and this morning I woke up at 1 a.m. So I said today was a Monster day and I am so hype. It's 2:11, actually it's 2:01. My clock's 10 minutes fast because I'm a little late sometimes, and we're going to get everything loaded up in the car, get everything out of the hotel room, and then we're going to head home and then start unpacking. Okay. I need to unpack this room. The rest of the house is pretty much already unpacked. The bedroom's good to go, the bathrooms are good to go. I'm feeling really overwhelmed though by this. This is the space. This is, I have this much floor for like actually standing. I don't know, just like everything. This is like my entire decade-long career of cosplay condensed into one messy, nasty little room. So I think really I need to just get moving. If you at any point while watching this video are talking to yourself, like you're asking yourself, Haley, is recording yourself unpacking your room really the best use of time? The answer is no. And I don't care. This is content. I've been away for a really long time, and this is what you guys get. This is content, right? It's great. Let's get working. All right, this is about 30 minutes worth of work. And if you're thinking to yourself, Haley, all you've done is move items around. You haven't even unpacked anything. I would say yes, you are correct. Then I would also posit, is that not all that moving is? So I have a lot of stuff that is like makeup that is kind of taking up space and that I think could be organized a lot better. And as goofy as it is, it's a bit of a priority for me. So I'm going to clean out all those drawers because they haven't been cleaned out in years and put my makeup away. It is the next day, we've gotten home from work, and I got a lot of art hung up in my bedroom. I might show you guys some other rooms in my house once we're done, but it's not really the big priority. But I needed to get more space made up, so getting those pictures hung really helped clear out a couple of boxes, because I have a lot of art. But now we are going to be working on getting a lot of my tools out of this one box and organizing them on my cart. It's been a couple of days. I've gotten a little bit done, but nothing crazy. The big thing was just like getting my books out and trying to get some stuff just in the shelves. Got my little pillow. The big thing that we just got done is we hung up a wall shelf. In my old craft room, I had two of these that went across the entire back wall, and that was super convenient because I have a lot of stuff that I like to display. We looked at it and we thought about it, and there's just not really a good way to display both of them we hung this guy up, and it's just, I wanted it high enough so that like I wouldn't hit my head or anything if I was leaning back to work on anything with my sewing machine, or if I was standing up at the desk for any reason. And also so we didn't hit the thermostat there. And hanging this other shelf above it would just be like, it would be way too high and you wouldn't be able to see anything, and it would just kind of look and feel awkward. So instead I have to figure out how to display stuff on my 2 stand-up shelves here and up there. I don't know, I'm just not sure. I think props are gonna end up in this corner right here. But for now, the best bet that I have is to go through this box, both of these boxes really, because they both have stuff in them for display, and try to get what I can out and figure out what to do with the rest of it. So this is where we're at up here. I was able to fit a lot more stuff up here than I was expecting. And enough so that like, I've got this box of stuff that belongs majoritively in the office. And I have this shelf that's covered in some plushies. And then this shelf has like 2 things on it. I think this looks pretty nice, and it's right above my workspace, so I can always just look up and see some inspiring things, old projects, things that make me happy. Not you. You make me very mad. But everybody else up here makes me pretty happy. Get my light. I'm a little concerned that these lights just still won't be very bright, which will be, much like me, a disappointment. But we have 2 lights, and I can like at least somewhat see some stuff in the room. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. It'll be good in the summer when it's bright outside, and then not good in the winter when it's not. Today is Friday, and I am promising myself that this is going to be done before the weekend is over. We really do not have a lot left. A lot of stuff has kind of gotten moved around. We moved the shelves back over to be next to each other, and instead of the shelf in the corner, I have my mirror that I talked about. It is very nice and very big. And then behind my mirror, I've got my props, because I just don't really have a good way to display them. That aside, I still have a lot that I need to do. Mainly with the closet. Need to really go through and like organize that thing and figure out where everything's going. I might actually have to go through and do a costume purge. A lot of these I'm not going to wear. And that's really it. I don't think I'll post them up for sale because I never feel like my stuff is ever good enough for anybody else to deal with. I also really need to figure out something to do with these bones over here. I've had these bones for a really long time. They're like deer bones, and then I have some bobcat knuckle bones, and I got them for a LARP themed project that never ended up happening. So I think at this point it's like sell them to somebody else or use them for something, but we can't just have bones sitting around the house anymore, Haley. This is like the worst unpacking video because I'm not really even showing the unpacking. I'm just showing like the results of it. But we've made a lot of progress, and I think I need to work on the actual desk. Nobody, you cannot be up there. My guy, come on. Oh, buddy. On. You are so nosy, little guy. Do you know that? And also really handsome. Oh, yeah? Oh, thank you. Dude, he's been so lovey today. It's like a little obnoxious. I think we're going to set this up. I also, this is really stupid. The closet historian talked about putting a mouse pad under her sewing machines and how it helps make them a little bit quieter and not like vibrate the table so much. So I got one. I actually got 2 of these. It's the same one that's like on my computer, but it's got like little moths and beetles and stuff. I found it on Amazon. Oh, and look at this enamel pin that I've had for like ever. It's Katrina from Animal Crossing. And it says, okay, thank you. It says, the bad times are just times that are bad. And I've just always loved that. I want to hang this next Ramos poster up somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'm probably gonna hold off on putting any art up, if any goes up at all, until I have my jewelry organizer figured out. I ordered like a little pegboard with some little hooks and stuff to put my necklaces and my earrings to just get into working on stuff. But I recognize that if I were to do that, all of these items that don't have a home will never have a home. So it's better for me to just push through and finish the last 10% of unpacking before engaging with this space in a creative way. Let's get to work. So after a rush trip to Michael's, we have this area set up. I know I mentioned before that I wasn't really gonna put any artwork here, but I really wanted my Moth to come up here because I love this little guy and I am still really proud of the work that I did. And this is like my favorite place to get cheesecake. And this was gifted to me by some really good friends. So I wanted to display that. And I felt like it really fit the vibes like in this room more than anywhere else. And then I was on the phone with my dad and I kind of got distracted and wasn't paying attention to what I did. And I hung this guy up. And honestly, I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of considering maybe taking the cheesecake machismo and putting it under the Moth and leaving the space blank, or maybe putting my gelatinous cube picture over there. But let's do a quick little walk in. So you take a little step and oh my gosh, it's so nice and it's so clean and it won't remain in this state very long because why would it ever? Oh, I really need to go through and figure out what's happening with this shelf, like the boxes in there. Oh, did I show you guys my props back here? I put them back behind the mirror and I actually feel like that's a really good spot for them to be in. This is going to be a really nice little workshop. I'm super excited to get everything moving. I think by the end of the day today or tomorrow, we will be able to roll. I just don't have any fabric for anything that I want to work on right now. Well, okay. I've got the stuff for the Bloodborne project, but I kind of want to do some simple, easy little warm-up project because it's been a hot minute since I've done anything with fibers and textiles and sewing. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I take a break like that, I almost feel like I've lost my mojo. I've forgotten how to sew, so we need to get that corrected. So, while we technically did not get the room completely unpacked by end of the day Sunday, the room is 95% of the way there, and everything that's left was stuff that I had ordered last week that wasn't going to arrive until after the weekend. My jewelry is all going to go on this pegboard. I'm actually gonna organize that today. My pegs just came in for that yesterday, and we had a long day at work. And then I think I mentioned this, I need to reorganize these shelves, get them laid out a little bit better, and that's it. This room looks great. It looks beautiful. I'm so excited to work here. I think it's going to be an awesome space for me, and I can't wait to bring you guys along with me. I'm gonna go and organize my jewelry, and I think the next time that you will see me will be when I force my boyfriend to film a room tour. I'm gonna show you guys all of my stuff that I've accumulated and kind of how I've got everything set up. It's probably not gonna be helpful to anybody else because everybody is so particular about their own creative space, as you should be. It's an extension of you and your hobby and your craft, and you should make it work for you, nobody but you. So yeah, thank you guys for coming along, and let's take a look at the room. It's not looking at me. Hello. I wasn't expecting any visitors. Come on in. Just kidding, I knew you'd be here because I made you record this video. We've got Izzy, who's joining us. We got Bale over there. It's our little cat, new to the family. But first things first, let me show you my high-tech light system that we've got over here, all right? I gotta go to this bucket that I've put on the wall with command strips. I've got 2 remotes because why in God's green earth would LED lights ever have the same remote? Wow. Incredible. All because apartments don't believe in ceiling lights. Don't ask me why. I'm not the boss here, except for this room where I am the boss. This is my table. I love this table. I got this on Amazon. It's like one of my favorite purchases. What I like about it is, number one, it has wheels, so I can put it virtually wherever the hell I want. And number two, it has these collapsible wings. So it goes from being tucked away to being a whole ass table that I can do stuff on. Are you kidding? Incredible. The best like 150 bucks I ever spent, I swear to God. It also has some storage underneath that I use for my hots, my sharps, and my glues. Over here is the shelf of stuff. The shit shelf, if you will. It doesn't fall far from the shit tree of which the wood is given for it to exist. All of these different bins are organized generally to have different crafting materials in them. So this top row is going to be all basically projects that are in work, except for this bin, that's just junk. I've got my decorations, I've got interfacings, I've got like bias tape and embroidery floss. I call this the fixins basket. It's where all the real sewing work happens. And then down here, we have things that don't exist in boxes because they can't. Over here, we've got some adhesives. Right here, we've got like my warbler scraps, wood filler, anything that goes along with painting or sculpting. Wigs. That's how you store wigs, in a plastic box. This is a memory drawer. This is just a box filled with junk. It's junk that I don't want to throw away, but I don't know what else to do with it. Will I ever need a mask for COVID ever again? Probably not. Am I holding on to it because it's spiked and it's sick as fuck? Yeah. And then I've got a thing of printed out patterns. This is my Dremel stuff. This box has armor pieces in it, scales and such. This one has leatherworking stuff in it. And then that's the recordings box. This has tripods, wires, batteries, whatever else that I need for any of my recording stuff. Up here are some of the things that you just kind of generally need. Like I got this box of pens and pencils. I need that. 2 books that I reference pretty often. This book, Kenneth D. King's Smart Fitting Solutions, is such a godsend for when you're working with a commercial pattern and you know something's not right, but you just don't know what. He has like pictures of the issues and how he resolves them, and it's so helpful. These 2 items are some of my favorites that I've ever got. This is a press, and this is a grommet setter. This press is amazing for somebody like me who isn't the absolute strongest. When it comes to leatherworking, being able to just press and punch through leather is so much easier than having to take a heavy hammer and whack something whenever I'm trying to set stitching holes. It has saved so much time, and it's like 10 times quieter than hammering away could ever be. This is the button box. I didn't know what was in here until just now. I'm gonna quickly show you the closet. You're gonna get a look for about 30 seconds at the most, and then we're not gonna talk about it ever again. You ready? Never mind. Let's try this again, all right? You ready? Wow, it's a mess. Here's my dressing area. This is probably what I'm the most excited about out of, well, the whole room is what I'm the most excited about, but this is super great. I've got a lot of my jewelry up on display here. Being able to see everything in just one place is kick-ass, and being able to see all of my necklaces hanging one by one is also super helpful. I'm the kind of person where I will forget what I have, so having it all open for me to look at makes it easier for me to engage with my accessories. I'm not wearing any today because I forgot to put them on. Anyway. And then it's just kind of general, ooh. Here's an enamel pin of a Kezu. This is in the wrong spot. This is just kind of my general getting ready bin. I've got my makeup, my hair accessories, anything that I might need to make myself look prettier than I already am. And that's pretty hard because I'm already pretty damn pretty. I have windows, and they're mini, and they're plenty, and they're big, and I love them, except for I need to get privacy clings because I don't want my neighbors to see my butt as I'm test fitting the garments that I'm working on. This is the sewing corner. I love this shelf up top. It's got a lot of things that I've made, that I've 3D printed, a couple of awards that I've earned throughout my time, and it just makes me super happy. Some of this art, I tried to keep it pretty light in here with art because I find it easy to get overwhelmed with visual stimulus. I have this Moth embroidery that I made probably like 6 years ago, and it was on a jacket. The jacket began crumbling, and so I took it off and hung it on a wall because it is probably also going to fall apart. This is a print that some friends got me for Christmas of our favorite cheesecake place in New York, Cheesecake Machismo. And then I have a really fun, like, travel destination style poster of Naxxramas, which is like the first raid in WoW that I ever got to actually meaningfully participate in. On my sewing desk over here, I've got a Husqvarna Designer Topaz 50. I don't know how to use this thing yet. And by that, I mean, I don't know how to use the embroidery functions. This thing has so many different stitch settings, and this machine is still pretty new to me, but I'm really excited to get to know her and work with her and figure out what we can do together. I've never had a desk mat on my sewing desk before, but I'm gonna be so transparent. The Closet Historian, in one of her videos talking about her sewing room, showed a mat similar to this that she puts under her machine to help with the sound from the vibrations of it sewing. And I thought that was cute as fuck, so I stole that idea. One of the most important things that I have on my sewing desk, not that book, a coaster for my podcast, Make It Weird, with Harmony and Haley. I'm Haley. Anyway, this little storage bin thing right over here has all of my stuff that I typically need on hand for sewing. My top bin has like my sharps, my scissors, seam rippers, tiny snips, pins, sewing needles, anything that I use for marking. The second drawer has rulers, tape measures. I have, I almost called this a speculum. It is not a speculum. This is a caliper. Oh my God. We're struggling today with words, all right? Hi, you are not invited to jump up on me right now. I love you. You're gonna go to him for comfort and support because I hurt your feelings by saying that you can't intrude on my video? Wow, grow up. I've got like my tailor's ham, which is super handy for ironing curved seams. This tiny little iron, I don't remember why I bought this, and I've only used it a couple of times for like really, really small things. Some manuals for my sewing machines, painter's tape for making painter's tape patterns, and this like huge box of feet for my sewing machine. It was cheaper to get this off Amazon than it was to order one ruffling foot from Husqvarna's website. That'll go back later. Obviously, you have to have an ironing board. Ironing is like one of the most important steps for sewing, so it's over here, right next to the trash can, because ironing also sucks and it belongs in the garbage. I forgot to show you something. Come on, back over here, all right? All right. In the windows, I'm so sorry, I've got my threads. This little guy used to contain buttons. I guess those got moved over to the other bin. I don't remember doing that. And then look at this keychain. I did this version of Sally Whitemane years ago, and like the month or two after I had made this costume, an artist who I had previously commissioned to make a portrait of me made this, and she never said it, but I am thoroughly convinced that this is me. And then last but not least, the most important thing that I have to show you, come on, let's sit down over here. You've been asking yourself, I know you have been, Haley, where are your bones? What are you doing with your bones? And to that I say, they're right here. These are my bones. They're not in my body. They don't belong in my body. They belong in this tiny clear acrylic container next to the containers that contain my sewing patterns. I got these from Target today. I'm not gonna pretend like I've had them for forever. I used to be keeping them in a long cardboard box that I had literally been holding on to for the last 8 years. All right, we're done. You can get out now. All right, this little guy especially needs to get out. He'll eat stuff. He's stupid. And he smells bad. And I don't know if you could tell, it says Moth Crossing. Are you a moth? I don't think you are, bud. Bye.